guys, Real Life with Rachel. How are you this evening? It is actually 12:01. It's the witching hour. So why am I going live? Well, why not? I might as well, right? So here I am. So, it's been a while since I've made a Real Life with Rachel. So, hello, Real Life with Rachel. Ever since the holidays, which were awesome and amazing, I've been pretty busy. I haven't done part two of my Gucci Goodwill extravaganza. I still need to do that, but I've been really busy with my real job and my side hustles, and then I got sick and I'm still trying to get over it. That's why my hair looks like it does and my face, I feel like it's all sick. But anyway, Real Life with Rachel, let's talk about it. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Winter Storm Fern. I'm so tired of hearing about Winter Storm Fern. Is she coming? Is she going? Is she going to hit us? Is she, what is she going to do? Every weather channel that I look on, they say something different. One says we're going to get 7 to 12 inches. Another one says 3 to 5. One says 1 to 3. So I see nothing so far in the sky, but who knows? Maybe she's going to drop more than 7 to 12 inches. I don't know. But 7 to 12 inches on a good day. So anyway, let's talk about this weather. I feel like with anything like this, if you grew up, if you're Gen X, you're ready because we're cool like that. I grew up with my grandparents. We had major snowstorms all the time. I lived in a mobile home. I don't remember dying during any of the snowstorms that we had. We actually went outside and played in the snow. We survived the snow. We had plenty of food during the storms. So here I am, because if I wouldn't have survived, I wouldn't be making Real Life with Rachel this evening. Well, I think that our world has gotten kind of delicate. And let's just scare everyone into believing that now the apocalypse is coming because we're getting a snowstorm. We just didn't worry about it. We just took it day by day and we made it. And I know that I will get through this storm. Everybody's like, oh, are you prepared? What are you doing for it? Well, I'll just do my best to make it through. If I do lose power, if I can read a book, I can work on my books, I can sleep, which is much needed, especially me trying to get over being sick. So I went to the store today and just needed to pick up a few things, and the guy, so sweet, he's like, are you getting ready for the storm to come? I said, no, sir, I just got paid today. It's payday, and I needed some food. And he just kind of laughed, so that was pretty cool. If anybody's seen my chicken, can I get it back, please? Yeah, that's a whole different story, which I'll tell at another time. So, anyway, let's talk about this. Milk, bread, and toilet paper. Every time there's going to be a major storm, every store's out of that. They're out of milk, bread, and toilet paper. Do people not buy these items when there's not going to be a storm? I feel like that maybe you do, but then you get scared into, the signs blinking on the interstate. Prepare for the winter storm. On social media, everybody has videos. Prepare for the winter storm. Are you prepared? This is what you can do. On TV, on the radio, prepare for the winter storm. But don't you feed your family? Don't you wipe your bottom with toilet paper when there isn't a storm? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. I'm no judgment. But that seems to be the what everybody does. Go out and buy bread, milk, and toilet paper. Do you not need some peanut butter or jelly or maybe some lunch meat to go with the, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Hi, Ian. How are you? I don't know what happened to my chicken. I still don't. I'll have to do a whole other thing about Real Life with Rachel about what happened to my chicken today. So no chicken for me. I may not make it through this storm because I don't have my protein. So let's talk about what I do, what I've done, what I learned from my grandparents, and what's going to help me through this storm. First of all, don't panic. I mean, you got to be tough. You got to make it. Oh, you can barely hear me. It may be me being sick, and I'll talk a little louder. I try not to talk really loud. If I'm not teaching, I do have a loud teacher voice. If Just do a thumbs up if you can hear me better now. So it's kind of my throat too from where I've been sick. Yeah, my doctor said I have a sinus infection, but everybody's like, you've got the COVID. It is going around. I don't know, but I'm feeling better. I'm getting there. So here's what I've done. Let's talk about candles. Always have a supply of candles, and I do. My granny always had candles. We had them. I don't know where she put them all because you never saw them unless a winter storm was happening. Then she pulled out the candles. Here's an idea though. Don't pull a Rachel, because when my daughter was, she's 27 now, but when she was an adult, when she was a kid, we lost power for a week. And so we all hung out in my bedroom, shut the door, had the dogs in there, and I lit all these candles. Well, I didn't pay attention to what my granny did when I was a kid. She burned candles, but they were unscented candles. Me, being the person I am, I lit like 15 scented candles in my little bedroom. Yes, we about died from not freezing to death, not having power, but from the scented candles. We fell asleep, we woke up, and we started coughing because it was that bad. And it was just not one scent. There was like 15 scents going on in there with our candles. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do scented candles. Plain candles only. Unscented. The other thing, have plenty of blankets. Why not? Yes. Build a blanket fort. I saw a TikTok or a reel that said that, put the blankets up on the windows, put the blankets up on the doors, put the blankets here, put the blankets there, put the blankets everywhere. I do have a friend, and I won't say her name. I love her. I love you. She, last night, was putting blankets up on her windows and her doors and trying to get the heat contained. And I said, well, are you preparing for the winter storm, or are you waiting on the zombie apocalypse? And she said a little bit of both. I said, yes, most definitely you are. So if you get cold and there's no power, go to your car. I will say this, I always make sure that I do have a full tank of gas, because if I need to leave somewhere quickly, because if it is a zombie apocalypse, yeah, I'm doing laundry too, but in the background, I can leave if it's a zombie apocalypse, but I can also go down there and get warm and listen to some music or whatever. I just don't get too bent out of shape about storms. They've happened my whole life. My grandparents were from the Depression. They grew up during the Depression. They knew how to survive. I do too. For instance, if you lose power and you have a lot of food, instead of complaining, I'm going to lose my food, get a huge tote. I did this one time. We lost power. Like I said, it was for a week. And so I got a huge tote, and I put all my food in it, and I put snow in it, and then I buried it and put snow on top. And guess what? I didn't lose my food. And I just go out when I wanted to make something. I went out there, got it, and came right back in the house. And yeah, it didn't go bad. So use the beautiful brain that you were given to know how to survive. People were crazy today, trying to get gas, trying to get things that they're afraid that it's, are they afraid the winter storm Fern is not going to stop, that it's going to last forever? Eventually it will melt and we'll be fine. I went to look for my snow shovel. Most important. Well, I went to my outbuilding and I about fainted. It is so full of junk that I could not find it. So I guess I'll wait till the snow melts and then I'll get out. My dad goes crazy about it. I'm going to go out there. He was telling me today, he says, I'm going to go out there with my leaf blower and start blowing the snow every time it gets deep so the dog, she won't get buried in the snow. He said, I saw that on a video. I said, well, that's wonderful, Dad. So he's all pepped up, and I said, well, I don't even have a snow shovel. I can't find it. He said, what are you going to do? I'm going to make it. Either I'll use a broom, I'll trudge through the snow, or I'll wait till it melts. The snow's not going to last forever. Another thing, they said to close everything in to a smaller space. And I told a friend last night, I said, you know what, girlfriend? I said, if I need to, because I do have like all my camping gear and my propane heaters for camping. I said, I will put a tent up in my living room. And she said that was like the widest thing that she had ever heard. And yeah, we talk about things like that. I said, girl, I'm going to do it. I'll put my tent up and be nice and cozy in my tent with my propane heater. Why not? Who says you can't do that? So yeah, I mean, there's ways to make it through the snowstorm and not get crazy. You're going to make it if you don't have TV. You're going to make it if you don't have the internet. You're going to make it if you don't have your phone. Maybe play some board games. Maybe clean your house. That's a good way to warm up. I did suggest, I saw this on TikTok, where my daughter, well, I sent it to my daughter. What this woman did was put aluminum foil on her feet and put socks on and then her shoes. And I sent it to my daughter. She said, absolutely not. I will freeze to death in the snowstorm. Well, she has some trauma from aluminum foil, and that was on that we used on one of our adventures not too long ago. I'll have to do another real life with Rachel about that. So she said, absolutely not, no aluminum foil. But if you do decide to use aluminum foil, please get Reynolds wrapped. Do not use Dollar Tree. Do not use the Dollar Tree brand of aluminum foil. Only Reynolds wrap, and heavy duty if possible. So I think I covered everything that I'm thinking of. I'm not real worried about this. I will survive. I always have. I'm not going to worry about it. I do have some dogs that can help me keep warm, and I have plenty of blankets. Plenty of toilet paper, which I always have plenty of toilet paper. Bread, I really don't eat. Milk, now I did have my daughter, I've been sick, I did have her get some milk. Not because of the storm, but because I take a lot of herbal supplements, and I need my milk to take my herbs. So, please stay safe, please stay warm, please do something you haven't done in a long time if Winter Storm Fern comes our way. This has been Real Life with Rachel. Peace out, and I'll see you on the flip side after the electric comes back on and after the winter storm stops. All right, guys, like I said, stay safe, and I'll see you next time on Real Life with Rachel. Bye.